Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you want to sit up on something, feel free to grab a cushion or blanket. And you can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. And begin to slow down. You can slow down your breath. But also slowing down any reactivity. Really noticing how it is to be here, whatever sensations are present. And just inserting a little space around the noticing before doing anything, so that whatever we end up doing in this practice is conscious rather than habitual. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. Let's begin with eagle arms. So we'll cross one elbow on top of the other. If you can get the palms together, do that. If you can't, you might just grab a thumb or just focus on the elbows. And put some pressure between the arms like you're going to pull them apart. So hopefully that brings some sensation between the shoulder blades, getting into the upper back. And you can also move around, exploring. Feel the rib cage spreading with each deep inhale. Notice which arm is on top and then gently release. Take a few swings. And then same thing, other side. Other elbow on top. Pressure between the elbows, spreading the upper back, spreading the rib cage. Feel your sit bones into the support beneath you. Lengthen up away from that. And then gently release, couple swings. And then let's bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can, sternum rising up. Maybe a little bit higher last moment. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs. So the other leg is in front or on top. And then drop your right ear over to right shoulder, pressing down through your left shoulder and exploring a stretch on left side of your neck. Rotate your chin to your chest and come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now Even more through the right side, looking for a stretch there. And then rotate chin to chest. Come over to the first side and go back and forth, half circles or 3/4 circles, watching the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And allow the weight of your arms to just rest on the back of your head. Shoulders dropping. And then release the arms, head floats back up. Let's bring hands to the floor behind us. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back. Lift the chest as high as you can. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from your hands on your knees. And then roll your way back up, still holding the knees, pull the chest through. Come to an upper back arch, keeping the back of the neck long. And then round back, bring your feet to the floor and hold behind the legs. Put a little pressure up on the backs of the knees. And then roll your way back up to arch back, but also lean back, engaging abdominals. We'll go back and forth between these two positions. Exhale, round. Inhale, roll up and arch. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Now exhale back, release the arms and come down a little lower. Inhale, same arch but arms come by the ears. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Back. And up. One more. And then let's hold, lifting up away from the sit bones, deciding how much you want to work. You can lean back a little or a lot, lift the chest a little or a lot. And then release, round back, holding here. And you can choose how low you go. See if you can isolate the tension where it's useful. And keep softening what's not needed here. Strong core, relaxed jaw. And then release. Let's come all the way forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you want to pad your knees, you're welcome to use a blanket for that. Place the hands right under the shoulders, knees right under hips. And see if you can feel the whole spine from your head to your tailbone, nice and long, and lifted up away from the floor. So belly lifting, chest lifting, everything lifting, so you're not collapsing in the joints. And then we'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting the head and tail, arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch, and send the right leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Now exhale, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back and dip part way or all the way to the floor. Press up from there. Knee in. Extend. Go forward to dip down, elbows hugging the sides. If going all the way down is too much, just go a couple of inches. Press up. Knee in. Extend. One more time. Dip down. Press up, knee in, extend, and then roll your hip open, reaching toes to the side. You can stay on two hands or take your left hand, so opposite hand, back to catch your foot. Kick your foot into your hand. As you do this, lift up away from the supporting arm. Try not to collapse into the joints. Pull up away from it. And then gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off your shoulders and hips. And then take the whole spine higher away from the floor, belly drawing in. Let's release hands and knees, sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that right wrist a little rub or circle. Slow, steady breath. And then make your way back up to table. Reset. Spread fingers, hands right under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, lift the head and tail. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch, and send the left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back. Press up. Knee in. Extend. Dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend. One more time. Dip down. Press up. Knee in. And then extend and roll your hip open. Toes to the side wall. You can stay on two hands or right hand reaches back. Kick your foot into your hand, lift up away from the supporting hand. And then gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips, and then lengthen and lift. Try and stay light in the joints, pull up. And release, hands and knees, sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that left wrist a little rub or circle. With your arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. And this is a shape you can come back to as often as you need. Feel free to rest whenever you'd like. Let's make our way up through table and back into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. You're welcome to pedal out your feet or move around in any way that helps wake things up for you. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another, and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out. Feeling what there is to feel here. If what you're feeling is too much to let go into, you can always adjust. Here you might bend your knees more or use support through your arms. So continually adjusting the outer shape so it's at an appropriate challenge for the moment. What is there to let go of here? And then bending your knees a little more, slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. You can step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. Bring hands together at the heart and draw the energy up through the soles of the feet, through the inner legs, the pelvic floor, all the way up through the spine, past the top of the head. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Step or hop your feet back, coming through high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions, and then rest in a pose that feels like a rest for you. So here that could be down dog, but it could also be child's pose or sitting or on your forearms or knees. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint, feeling what's being stirred up as you do this. You could do this from hands and knees if that would work better for you. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, pulling the hips up and away from the hands. Take your leg a little higher, and then a big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink low. Feel the feet grounding, lifting up through fingers, up through top of the head. What's going up, what's going down. Last breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body. Letting go like ragdoll. Let your head hang, let your neck release. Stretch that left leg as straight and long and high as you can. Let it be where it is. One more breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Engaging the core to support your back. One more breath. Release. Hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Pyramid pose. We're going to straighten the front leg part way or all the way. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs. And if it's difficult to reach the floor, bring the floor up to meet you as high as you need. Might be on the highest setting of the blocks. If you don't have blocks and it's difficult to reach the floor, you could put your hands on your shin. Just make sure you're not locking that front leg. Last breath here. Let's release. Make your way to down dog. Might take a vinyasa, might just step back. Feel what you are doing, whatever you're choosing to do. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent left knee. Exploring your full range of motion, feeling what this stirs up. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, pulling the hips up and back. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Settle in. Lifting in the front, dropping through the back. Lifting through the fingers, dropping through the shoulders. Last breath here. Tip forward. Standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square. Letting the upper body release. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Deep bend in the front leg. Can you do each of these poses consciously, not just autopilot, but really feeling and choosing. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor or a couple blocks, pyramid pose. Going in the directions you know to go in, meeting your edge right where it is. Last breath here. And then release. Make your way back to a good rest. Whether that's through a vinyasa or some movement transition. And then settle into a good resting pose. More important than the shape, coming back to presence, coming back to your breath. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. And then come over to a side bend. The left arm can provide support in whatever way you need. Reach a little further out to come up. And release down. Same thing, other side. Left arm up and over. Big reach out through the fingers, through the top of the head. Reach a little further out, come up and release down. Let's interlace fingers, press out through the palms, and then take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels. Could come all the way up or anywhere in between. Can you find ease even as you might be wobbling or falling? Can your face be relaxed, breath steady? Start to fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet. Might be the upper legs, could be lower. Holding here a couple moments, breath steady, face relaxed. And then release. Drop your hands, drop your heels, drop your head, let that go. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Doing everything you know to do. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. From here, open out, warrior two, shifting hips and arms to the side. Long lines from fingertip to fingertip. And then flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior. Let's straighten the front leg. Triangle, reach out to come down. You can bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, a block, or the floor. Expanding. One more breath. And then release. Make your way to down dog. However you get there, feel what you're doing. Left leg sweeps up. One breath. Step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Open out. Warrior two. Settle in. 100% effort towards your full expression and 100% surrender, just letting it be like it is. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. One more breath here. And then release. Make your way to a good rest, feeling whatever you're choosing to do along the way. And then settle in, letting go fully. Still very much awake, alert, breath deep. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Let's take a few balancing poses. We'll get steady on 2 feet. Maybe a little bend in the knees, shift side to side, feeling your feet into the floor. And then move to one side for tree, Vrikshasana. Bring your right leg up as high as you're able. Go towards the inner thigh, but as low as you need. Could be the inner ankle, anywhere above or below your knee. Arms can be out. You're also welcome to use a piece of furniture or wall. If you feel steady, you might bring hands together or arms up. Stand even taller. And release, shake that out. Get steady on 2 feet. And then move over to the other side. Left leg comes up as high as you can, as low as you need. Pressure between the foot and the inner leg to help hold it in place. Any arm position, and you can change at any time. How much can you relax your face? This pose is maybe mimicking a stressful situation. I want to bring as much consciousness to those moments as possible. So instead of reactivity, lifting shoulders, clenching teeth, knitting the brow, can we Feel the precariousness of being in balance and soften and open. Let's release that side, shake it out. All right, let's do a hip stretch balance. So we're gonna cross the right ankle above the left knee as you take a deep bend in the left leg, sit back as if you're sitting into a chair. Arms can be out to the side to steady you, and again, feel free to use a piece of furniture. You could rest your hands on your leg. You could rest your hands on a block or the floor. Lengthen your head and your sit bones away from one another. And then bring your right hand to the inside of the right foot and stand up. We're going to open the right leg out. Left arm can be at the hip or out to the side. And keep your leg as bent as you need to. If you're already getting a big stretch, you don't need to go any further. If you have further to go, feel free to go towards a straight leg, trying to keep the hips level. So rather than lifting the right hip up, keep it square. And then release, shake that out. Feel both feet grounded. And then move to the other side. Left ankle above the right knee. Sink the hips low. And you may be feeling this hip a little bit more. Supporting leg does a lot of work in balance. All those stabilizing muscles are really working to support you. So you may be feeling this hip. Lengthen your head and sit bones away from one another. And then left hand to the inside of the left foot as you rise up. Bring your leg with you. Open it out. Other arm can be out to steady you or at your hip. Can straighten whatever amount, and you can always bend more. You can find your edge in each moment. And then release. Shake that out. Let's bring feet hip width apart. Hands to the top of the buttocks. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can. Maybe a little bit higher. And then fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. If you're able, grab your big toes with your first two finger and thumb. Good grip, lengthen. And fold, pulling your head towards the floor, tractioning out your spine. And then let's lower the hips all the way down. Then extend the legs forward, seated forward fold. You can take the flesh of the sit bones back. You're welcome to keep your hands on the floor the whole time. This might be the best place to support you as you fold. You could also reach for your feet or put something around the feet. Going towards length and towards folding. How much can you relax your face, your neck and shoulders? Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's come back onto our backs. Bring your knees in. And take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And we'll set up for a couple back bends, starting with bridge. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down to lift your hips up. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders underneath you. Spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another, opening the fronts of the hips by lifting the hips even higher. Take your arms out of your way, roll down and rest. If you feel like coming up again, come up again. Same thing, or any other back bend. If there's another one you know or want to try, you're welcome, including supported bridge or half wheel or full wheel. You can come up and stay as long or short as you like. Could be just 1 or 2 breaths, could be long hold. Each time the pose feels complete, come down and rest. And you can repeat that until you don't feel like coming up again. If you're still enjoying your back bends, keep going. There's no rush. If you are done, you can move on to happy baby. Grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press your knees towards the floor. We are moving towards the end of class, so this is particularly a good time to do exactly what you want to do. I'll keep suggesting things, but you may want to do something else, which is great. If you want to join me for a hip stretch, you can drop your feet to the floor, cross your right ankle above your left knee, kind of like we did standing, and then reach your hands through. Grab the left leg and bring it in towards the chest, stretching the right outer hip. To release, drop the left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up, flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. And then release to switch. Cross the left ankle above the right knee, reach your hands through, grab the right leg, hug it in. And then keep letting go as you're feeling all the sensation that this pose stirs up. Can you relax? And then release. Right foot to the floor. Straighten the left leg up. Flex and point your left foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. And then drop that straight left leg all the way along the floor. Bring your right knee in and guide it across for a spinal twist. Opening out through the right arm. Let your knee and shoulder release away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. And then take your left knee across. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock. Check in with your body. What else might be needed? Is there a last pose or stretch or something you want to do to feel complete in your practice? Is there a part of your body that could use some attention? You may want to adjust your clothing or grab props or do a little self-massage, winding things down in a way that feels right for you. Eventually settling into stillness. Letting go of the control of your breath. Letting the weight of your body release. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles. And then take a big stretch out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And we'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.